Hey guys, and welcome back to Beeskitchen. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone is doing well. If you are new to this YouTube channel, a warm welcome to you, and please don't forget to click that subscribe button. So today I am going to show you how to make waakye. Now for those of you who don't know what waakye is, it is a Ghanaian dish of cooked rice and beans cooked together along with red dried sorghum leaf, also known as waakye leaves. This dish is a popular street food and it would not be complete without some delicious assortment meat tomato stew, some gari, talia, which is spaghetti, fried fish, and of course some fried plantains. It's about to go down with this waakye fest. I am sure your mouth is salivating the same way mine is. So stay with me and let's get started on this recipe. For the waakye recipe, I am going to use the following ingredients. In this bowl, I have 4 different types of meats, and I've got cow foot, tripe, also known as shaki, oxtail, and mutton. To steam my meat, I'll be blending together shallot, ginger, garlic, Scotch bonnet, and onion. Feel free to use any type of meat of your choice. For the waakye stew, I'll be blending together onions, Scotch bonnet, ginger, garlic, and shallot. Waakye likes a lot of onions, which is why I have so many. I also have rice. I'll be using AAA. I've got spaghetti, gari, waakye leaves, also known as sorghum leaves, plantains, vegetable oil, tomato puree, coconut milk, tinned tomatoes, and in this bowl I have been soaking my beans overnight, and the reason why I do this is to shorten the cooking time. I also have my fish, and guys, I will be adding eggs. Waakye will not be complete without some boiled eggs. I will list all the ingredients including measurements in the description box below. First things first, I am going to bake the cow foot in the oven at 200 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And the reason why I am doing this is because once the cow foot goes in the oven, the meat is going to detach itself from the bone, which will make it easier for me to remove the meat from the bone. Secondly, this will shorten the cooking time of the cow foot. We all know cow foot takes a very long time to cook. Thirdly, I just don't want any more bones in my stew, and this is something that my mom taught me. Whilst the cow foot is baking in the oven, time to cook the rest of the meat. To my pot, I've just added a tripe. Next, I'll add the oxtail and the mutton. I am now going to blend together garlic, ginger, shallot, Scotch bonnet, and onions. Next, I will add enough water and I'll blend till smooth. I am now going to add the blended mixture to my meat. Next, I will add my seasonings. Feel free to season the meat using your preferred seasonings of choice. I've added all my seasonings. I'm just mixing everything together. Next, I will cover and allow the meat to cook until tender. And 15 to 20 minutes later, I have removed the cow foot from the oven, and as you can see, the meat has pulled apart from the bone, which is perfect. I let it cool down for 5 minutes, and now I'm going to remove the meat from the bone using my kitchen shears. And after removing the meat from the bone, this is what it looks like. I'm now going to add the cow foot meat to the rest of the meat which have been steaming. I will mix everything together. I will also add more water, cover, and allow all the meat to continue to cook until tender. Whilst the meat is cooking, I'm going to season the fish. I'll cover with cling film and I'll refrigerate until it's time to fry. I am now going to check on my meat to ensure it is nice and tender, and to do this I'll be using a fork to poke some of the meat, and if the fork slides through, this will indicate that the meat is nice and tender. As you can see, it has on one and also on this one. I am now removing the meat from the stock and I'll set the stock aside because I will be adding it to the waakye stew. I am now going to blend some of the ingredients which I will need for the stew. So in my blender, I've just added the shallots. Next, I'll add onions, garlic, Scotch bonnet and ginger. I will add enough water and blend till smooth. Time to fry the meat. In my wok, I'm going to add enough oil to fry the meat and also make the waakye stew. Once the oil has come to heat, I'm going to add some onion slices just to infuse the oil. Next, I'll be frying the mutton and also oxtail until both sides are golden brown. I will not be frying the tripe or calf foot. Of course, depending on the type of meat you're using for your stew, if you wish to fry all of the meat, you are certainly more than welcome to do so. As the first batch of meat is ready, I'm going to remove it from the oil. I'll set this aside. Next, I'll fry the second batch. And the second batch of meat is ready. I'm going to remove it from the oil, and I will also remove the onions from the oil. However, I'm not going to discard the onions because I will be blending the onions with the tinned tomatoes, and this will be going into the stew. And this is the meat, nice and golden. I'm going to set this aside for later use. To the remaining oil, I'm going to add tomato puree, and I will fry the tomato puree until it darkens in color on low to medium heat for about 10 minutes. And the reason why you want to do this step on low to medium heat is because you don't want the tomato puree to burn, because if it does, it will leave your stew with a bitter taste. And as you can see, the tomato puree has darkened in color. This is exactly what I am looking for. I am now going to add the blended onions, shallot, garlic, Scotch bonnet and ginger, and I'll continue to simmer this on low to medium heat until this mixture also darkens in color. Yes, we are making waakye stew at home, but we want the authentic taste and we also want the authentic look. This will take some time, but your stew is going to be perfect. And as you can see, the stew has changed in color. I will continue to simmer on low to medium heat until I am happy with the color. Also guys, every so often, remember to stir to minimize burning. And as you can see, the stew base is nice and dark. This is exactly what I am looking for. Next, I'm going to blend together the tinned tomatoes and the fried onions. I am now going to add the blended mixture. I'm going to mix everything together. Next, I'll add my seasonings. As I've added all my seasonings, I'm just mixing everything together. And my goodness guys, this stew smells incredible. It smells amazing. I am now going to add the meat stock and I'll mix everything together. Don't forget to occasionally stir to minimize burning, and also don't forget to taste and adjust seasonings if needed. I am now going to add all my meat, and next I'm going to mix everything together well. And guys, the waakye stew is ready. Just look at this goodness. Just look at the goodness in the stew. And if I tell you, it smells incredible. I have given you a different angle so you can see. Honestly, just feel free to jump in this stew. Now, we need to pair this incredible stew with incredible waakye. So let's get started on that. Firstly, I'm going to discard the water which I have been soaking the black eye beans in overnight. I will also give the beans a good rinse. I am now going to give the waakye leaves a good rinse. In a pot, I have added enough water to cook the beans. Next, I'm going to add the waakye leaves and the beans. I will cover and allow the beans to cook until soft. This should take about 45 minutes on medium to high heat. Also guys, if by any chance you cannot find waakye leaves, you can still make the waakye just by boiling the beans with some bicarbonate soda and it will come out perfect. I am now going to check on the beans to see if the beans is ready, and to do this I'll be mashing one of the beans at my fingertips, and if the beans mashes, this will indicate that it is ready. And as you can see, the bean has mashed. Also guys, if it's too hot, you can mash your beans using a spoon. As the beans is ready, I am now going to remove the waakye leaves from the pot. I'm now going to season with salt, and next I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk. And some of you may be wondering, why am I adding coconut milk to my waakye? It's not rice and peas. But over the years, I have been adding coconut milk to my waakye, and I just love the taste it gives the waakye. You don't have to add too much. You can only add a little bit because we are not making rice and peas. So I've just added the coconut milk and I'm mixing everything together. Now I'm going to add my washed rice. As I've added the rice, I'm just mixing everything together to ensure the beans and the rice is well combined. Guys, the waakye is not even cooked, and look at the beautiful color it has already. Next, I will cover and allow the waakye to simmer on low heat until it is fully cooked. And guys, look at this waakye. Now, if this is not incredible waakye, I don't know what is. I'm just giving it a good stir and it smells so good. It has a little bit of water, so I'm going to cover and allow the waakye to fully cook. Oh my goodness, my stomach is rumbling and I cannot wait to tuck in. And guys, the waakye is ready. In fact, our incredible waakye is ready. Just look at this beauty. Doesn't it look good? It looks and it smells amazing. Now that our waakye is ready and our stew is also ready, time to fry the fish. In a frying pan, I am adding enough oil to fry the fish, and I'll allow the oil to come to heat. Once the oil is hot, I'm just going to sprinkle in some plain flour, and this is a method I use whilst frying fish. You can certainly use your preferred method when it comes to frying fish. I'm now going to add the fish to the oil, and I'll fry both sides for 4 to 5 minutes on medium to high heat. And the fish is ready. It has a beautiful golden color to it, and I'm just going to remove it from the frying pan, place it on a kitchen towel to allow any excess oil to drain. And guys, the fish is ready. I'm just going to set it aside until we are ready to tuck in. And we all know our waakye would not be complete without some spaghetti, aka talia, and some boiled eggs. I have seasoned the water which I will be cooking the spaghetti in, and I've also added the eggs to the other water. I'm going to allow these to cook. Whilst the eggs and spaghetti is boiling, time to prep the plantain, which will be the last thing I cook. So I'm going to peel the plantain and also cut it to my desired shape and size. Of course, feel free to cut your plantain to your preferred size and shape. I'm now going to place the plantain in a bowl, and next I'll season with a little bit of salt. I'll then set this aside as this will be the last thing I fry. Now time to make our gari for the waakye. I have just poured my gari in a bowl. I am now going to add a few tablespoons of water, and the reason why I do this is just to bring some moisture in the gari so it's not too dry. I am scooping some of the oil from the waakye stew, and I'll add this to the gari and I'll mix it together to give the gari that orange color that we're looking for. You know, like when you're going to buy waakye from your favorite waakye seller and you see the gari from far, you can see the orange color. That's exactly what we're going for, like this. And the gari is ready. I'm going to set this aside for later. And the spaghetti is ready. Our talia is ready for us to make it nice and orange. I'm going to repeat the same process which I did with the gari by scooping some of the oil from the waakye stew, I've added it to my talia or spaghetti, and I'm going to mix everything together. And again, this will give it that orange color, ready for our waakye. And guys, the talia too is also ready. I'll set this aside for assembly. Finally, time to fry the plantains, and I'll be using my deep fryer to fry my plantains. I've just added the plantains to the oil, and I'm going to allow the plantains to fry until golden. And the plantains are also done, ready for assembly. I peeled the boiled eggs and I added it to the waakye stew, and it looks amazing. And guys, we are done. Just look at this incredible feast. The waakye stew smells amazing. The waakye looks amazing. Talia is nice and orange. Our gari is nice and orange. We have our golden plantain right there. And check out the fish. Oh my goodness. If you have this on your dining table, I don't know who is going to say no. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so, and click the notification bell, which will notify you every time I post delicious meals like this. Enjoy and happy feasting. Bye.